Is Clash of Clans too easy? I recently ran a poll on my community tab and I was kind of surprised by the results, because if you listen to people, if you listen to, I guess, the vocal minority of people, yeah, Clash of Clans is way too easy right now. That's what everyone says, right? Like, if you listen, I feel like I've said it before. I feel other content creators have said it. I feel like a lot of people have said that the game is very easy right now, but is it actually too easy right now? According to this poll, no, the game is actually in a really good spot. 68% of 3,000 votes say that the game is just right in difficulty right now. Now, some context is needed there with town hall level. I did like comment your town hall level, but I also didn't say like, what did you vote on this? But 23% feel that it's too easy, 10% too hard. I was genuinely shocked by these results. I thought this would be a little bit higher. I didn't think it would be like I didn't think it would be the biggest chunk, but I thought this would be closer to like 30, maybe even 40% saying too easy. This may be closer to like 50 to 60% saying just right. I'm a little bit surprised by this. If we look through some of the comments, build a race. Okay, that's interesting. Can't two-star any base in the game. You're using the wrong troops. This game is no longer about skill. And that's a lot of the sentiment that I hear. And I feel like it depends on how long you've been playing the game. I think if you have any experience with the game, if you watch any kind of media for the game, meaning like YouTube or streams or Twitch or whatever, if you watch any kind of media for the game, you're gonna have a better understanding of the game. But I feel like for a lot of people, they don't do that. Or maybe you haven't been playing that long. I've been playing this game for 10 years now, longer than 10 years. And I feel at times, especially at the lower town halls, that this game is super easy. Like, I feel like I could almost use any attack strategy, not any attack strategy, but I feel like I could 3-star almost any base. Let's say town hall 15 and lower. That's generally my feeling. Do I always do that? No, I do miss sometimes, but we do have a lot of 3-stars in our community clan. I think this sentiment here, one just caught my eye. It's worse than being easy, it's stale. The only attacks use Super Yeti, Drag. Okay, well, that's interesting. Root Rider Valks. I do feel that part of the issue is the stale meta. I feel like the meta hasn't shifted in a long time. And I'm hoping with the Spring Trap change that will help shift the meta a little bit. I think a lot of it is like we get in our habits of using the same attack strategy, and some of these attacks are really strong. If you're using Root Riders, they're very strong. If you're using the Dragons right now, they're very, very strong. Across a lot of town hall levels, and I think that kind of factors in as well. Here in our community clan, we had a huge streak of perfect wars in a row, and then we had some missed attacks and broke that. But this is like, you know, lower town halls. We do have 17s and stuff in here. I mean, it is higher town halls also, but the community clan is kind of an interesting case study on that. While also over here in Mad Ram, our main clan with a lot of 17s, we have a ton of perfect wars as well. So the question is the game too easy? A lot of us here in Mad Ram, I mean, I've said the game is too easy at times. I know I have, but at the same time, I'm never on the top of Legends leaderboards. But people will say that's because Legends is a lot of luck base. I would show my Legends, but I missed attacks yesterday and I messed up earlier today. Is the game too easy? I can't even 3-star on Legends. Is it too easy? I don't know. I don't know. I want to segue that into CWL, because if the game was so easy, why can't we 3-star more? We're in a position to win this war, but overall we have lost 4 out of the 7 wars. I have the last attack. We'll do that attack here soon. But it's kind of an interesting thing here, because if the game is so easy, why are we struggling to put up? I know it's Champs 1. It's the highest of the high. Why are we not putting up perfect wars? I don't think we saw a perfect war at all against us. Now, for some clans, Rage Quitters, a very good clan, CWL clan, the game's pretty easy. Their fail was a 99%. But also, we put up 37. If the game is so easy, our clan is in Champs 1, why can't we sustain Champs 1? If the game is so easy, why can't we match Brazil's 41? You know what I mean? Like, it's just like one of those interesting dynamics. Is the game actually easy, or do we just have that feeling because the meta is a little bit stale? Because we kind of want something different, because we want some more difficulty. We were having this conversation on Discord the other night. And it was kind of interesting because I was talking about the days, like the old Champs War or Champion War League, where, you know, I was a Town Hall 9, and my job as a Town Hall 9 was to 2-star Town Hall 10s, because Town Hall 10v10 was so hard that the Town Hall 10s would go dip the Town Hall 9s. So like, it was like a strategic thing. And I guess like, we had a really good conversation about it. I guess it's, what are you trying to get out of the game? For me, a strategy game, I like a difficult strategy game. I want difficult strategy. I want to have to think about it. I don't want to have to just go in and drop in Yetis and revives and be able to 3-star. Don't get me wrong, I'm having a blast with this attack. I'm having a lot of fun with it, but it's also like, I don't really have to think about it a lot. I don't really actually have to plan on the base. I could go in blind on this base and CWL. I already called it, I already looked at it, I know what it is. But I could go in and have a good chance to 3-star. That's what Legends League is, right? And I think that's kind of where it is. It's just like, us players that have played for a long time, I feel we want, we kind of have a feeling of the old days, you know? Where like Town Hall 11 was max, Town Hall 10 was max, and things were a lot harder. It was, you didn't see 3-stars a ton. It was, for me, it was more rewarding. I know that gets thrown a lot and it sounds super cheesy. It was more rewarding to 3-star. And like, we have stats on things that are like, you know, scatter shots are nerfed. Like a lot of these defenses get nerfed, but then we also introduce things like the crafted defenses to counter that. I think also part of the problem is we're at a point in the game where this game is, what, 13 years old, and with that you kind of get some power creeping happening, meaning like some of these lower troops, their hit points just aren't enough. I mean, 2600 is pretty good there. I mean, just some of their hit points are enough, but dragons, 5700 hit points, root riders, 6500 hit points, they are running the meta right now because of those hefty hit points. Even Yetis we see in the meta sometimes, super Yetis, but a troop like the miners, they're not able to sustain. The regular hog riders, they're not able to sustain in there. And we see like a lot of like those warden walk attacks using like furnaces and rocket looms, just because the heroes are such a big aspect and the heroes are so beefy. We're almost at a point where you have to use super troops if you want to get creative and do something different outside of root riders, outside of dragons. Like the super troops are kind of the way to go because they have more hit points when you're looking at them. I mean, I guess a super bowler is not the best example, but 4400 on a super miner, I think that's kind of just the thing is like, I think there's a little bit of a power creep that came in where these defenses are starting to hit so hard that you have to have so much hit points on your troop. Not to mention like currently spring traps, if you try to use hogs or miners, they're going to get flung out. So I'm looking forward to that spring trap change. But I guess the question to you guys in the audience today, is the game too easy? Do you feel that the game is too easy? What Town Hall level are you? And do you feel the game is too easy? Is it too hard? I feel like a lot of my people saying that it's too easy are people that are at higher Town Hall levels, Town Hall 17 and up, or that have been playing for a long time. That is just my general feeling. All right, sorry, I'm on a rant. I've just been putting a lot of thought into this because we had a really interesting concept, a conversation JC and I did the other night on voice chat. And he said that he's fine with it. He's a 17. He's been playing longer than I have. He's a 17. And he said for him, the game is satisfying because he's not looking for that hard strategy. The game, it serves his purpose. He gets on, he does his farm attacks, he upgrades his base, and that satisfies what he's looking for out of this game. So he's very happy with the state of the game. So I guess it's just really, what are you looking for in the state of the game? And that's like one of the toughest things to balance, especially in a game like this where we have so many different ways to play this game. And I think the ranked mode will help out with that as well, because you can play Legends, you can play competitively, or you can just stay and farm and chill and try to max your base. I think a big majority of players are just trying to max their base out, whereas like the upper echelon, maybe 10% of people, maybe even higher than that, maybe 20% of people, because our poll said 23% of people think it's easy, are trying to be a little bit more competitive with it. We try to be competitive here at Mad Ram, but at the same time, we are people with jobs, with families. We don't have the time to put in and grind and try hard all the time. So we almost need like a Champs 1.5. That's what I always say. I don't know. Just some food for thought. I know I've been rambling like crazy. You guys have seen the CWL. It's been a mess. It is what it is. That's usually how these things go for us. Let's go ahead. Let's do our live attack. I've been rambling, it feels like, for a month now. Let's see if we can go get a 3-star to finish the week out. Win this war for us. We're going to go with our Super Yeti attack. I thought about going dragons. Dragon RC charge right into there, and then dragons on this side here. But yeah, I just went with the safe play. I've hit this base with dragons and 3-starred before, and I've hit it with this attack and 3-starred before, so I think we're fine either way. Let's just see what we do here. All right, let's just see what happens here. All right, she's gonna work through there, all looking good. I'm gonna go ahead and put this Yeti right in here to clean that up. Then we're gonna go right up the middle with the rest of everything. All right, nice, just like this. All right, perfect, great, fantastical. All right, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna quake all this. We're gonna hit this. We're gonna hit the queen ability to get those healers out, and we should all be really good through there. Let's slow down these ice golems here. I think there's a furnace, probably. Yeah, there is a furnace, but I'm not overly concerned about that with this attack, to be honest. I really just want those ice golems just kind of out of my way, not being a nuisance. We'll pop the king ability there. Let's bring RC back now. She should be able to get this ricochet cannon. She does get that inferno out also. All right, nice, looking great. We do have that minion prince in the middle just being a nuisance, an absolute nuisance in there. Let's see if we can get this ricochet cannon. Let's bring the king back as well. All right, looking good so far. Someone's spectating. Don't like that. Not a fan. Not a fan. Couldn't tell you that. All right, we got a long way to go on it, but I feel pretty good about what we're doing. Let's throw some cleanup in here. Actually, let's put a super barb here. Let's put 2 super barbs here. I don't know if that's enough, but we're going to put them in there. Okay, great. Fantastical. We kind of need some tanking out in front of the RC, but she is going to catch that tornado. That's really good. We need the giant to break through here so he can tank the mono, and then we'll go ahead and we'll bring the RC back. Get there, giant, get there. All right, he's there. Nice. Locked on. Perfect. We got plenty of revives. We're good. I love this attack strategy. It's so simple. It's so good, but it's kind of cheesy, right? Like it's such a goofy strategy. We should have enough to get through here. We might just have to save that last revive, to be honest, because that minion prince is right there just being a pain in my butt. No, we're good. We're good. Easy 3-star there. Nice little strategy. So yeah, I posed this question to you guys. Is Clash of Clans too easy right now? I think it's on the easier side, in my opinion. If you've been playing for any length of time, I think Clash of Clans is a little bit easier right now. Especially, like, I feel like at the mid-town halls, like 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, you really, like, it feels pretty easy there for me, especially with hero equipment. Even the lower town halls feels super easy. At the higher town halls, it's not that bad. If it was too easy, we would be putting up 45 stars, you know? We would be able to, we wouldn't be getting demoted if the game was too easy here, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's kind of interesting. I guess Death Inc. won their war, so yeah, we're definitely getting demoted. If the game was too easy, we wouldn't get to Champs 1 and get demoted right back down every single time, you know what I mean? But it's also like, it's an effort versus skill type of thing. Like, you have to put in the practice, work at it, and it is a team game after all as well. So there's a lot of elements to play in. Is Clash of Clans too easy? I think it's on the easier side. Too easy for some players. The upper echelon pros are definitely going to consider like this way too easy. But like an average player like me, I feel like Champs 1 is good for me. I feel like 5800 Legends League is probably good for me for the time I put in. And I'm looking forward to the ranked mode. I'm looking forward to the future of Clash. I love this game. I really am excited for these changes that are coming in the next update. I'm looking forward to see what else comes with the next update. But let me know your guys' thoughts on it down there in the comments. A good food for thought video for you guys here today.